wave. Every road we pave, no debt we save. Trap laws we break, head high, silence deep. Promises we keep, street lights don't sleep. Money piles so steep, my zone we don't stop. Every win stand tall, eyes watch on the ball. Never run, never fall. My zone on the street, for the drums, for the heat. We ride, can defeat. Sharp minds, elite, no cheat, yeah, shadows tight. That's me, full sight, enemy take flight. We win the fight, still so ignite. Every rumor I burn out, solid moves, no doubt. Success loud, scream out.
My zone, we control every rep, solid stone, fast unknown, move dog, never. My zone, know the mics, tower rise, we prize through the hate, sharp gaze only.
No life. Big bass, break the door. One less, we take more. Every loss, settle score. Next level, hardcore will. Spin tires loud. No fear, stand proud. We live uncout. My gang too loud. Midnight, same breed. No greed, just speed. Every word I heed. Trap on, strong seat. Strong will, steady plan. Street law, understand. All moves in demand. Respect my land.
My zone, my sector, my game, my vector. We don't go every step, solid gold, fast, hard, ice cold, move smart, never told. My zone, no disguise, movie rise through the smoke, sharp eyes, we on the.
There we go. What's going on, everybody? Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, all that good stuff. And just representing for the Gray Pill Podcast, where everything's not black and white. There's gray in the middle. So we have a good one for you. Saw this went viral in the news a couple times. Saw this on Instagram a few more times, where a woman got falsely accused of doing something, traffic violations that she wasn't guilty of. So that was a funny one. Plus, I remember something a little bit after that similar to the situation I saw a couple years back. So we're going to show that too. So enjoy. All right. Appreciate you, Hurricane. Appreciate you, Anna. Big. Oh, man. We'll just say Anna. I like the avatar, though. I don't know if that's your mom, grandma, somebody, but I like the avatar. So let's get right to it. I don't know how y'all weekend is going, but it's pretty much raining on my end. So very weird. It's been raining like almost off and on all month. Scroll all the way over here. Okay. What's good, Jay? I want to make sure I pull this up. Is this pulling up? Okay, cool. All right, so this is the woman that pretty much got pulled over by the officer. What's going on, Mandrill? Pretty much this is the woman got pulled over by the officer, and some things pretty much went left, so we're going to have a conversation about it. Honestly, I thought it was pretty funny, but at the same time, it's not funny because when we have law enforcement officers, I think, well, Mandrill is a perfect example. We had this conversation years ago where we talked about law enforcement needs a little bit more better training. And, you know, we're in a situation when it comes to dealing with traffic violations and other situations. So this is just another example where I think we all agree officers need a little bit more training in their job. unfortunately, they are underpaid and very understaffed. So, it pretty much is what it is. I know are good officers out there. There's actually some on the YouTube channel that's very popular that actually talks about this all the time. That actually goes out and actually train officers, but sometimes people are lazy and personality ego kind of kicks into play. So it might see a little bit of that here. All right, so let's get to the video. Now, this is the woman in question at this moment. She's pretty much going by her story, everything she shows and tells us. So appreciate her for doing that.
Hello, ma'am. Hey, good morning. I'm Deputy Gasala with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. This is why you're being pulled over. The city of Lake Worth today, we're doing an operation for distracted driver, and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating that phone.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I saw you with the phone in your hand.
Not. So you want to just call this a day? Or?
I don't want to call it a day. You had a hand up manipulating
You just
the
said
phone.
my right hand.
Well,
You said you had your hand up manipulating the phone. I don't know what that means. If you have your hand up and manipulating the phone, like, are you trying to conjure up a phone? Like, what does that mean?
I thought I saw you with your right hand. You
So
had a
you
hand
didn't.
out. The right hand. I saw you
So you
manipulate
didn't.
with the right hand, perhaps not, right? But I saw you.
You didn't see me with my right
Okay,
hand.
so are you
saying that you saw me with my
I
right
know what
hand?
I just said. I know what I just said. I'm asking you now. Did you or not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
You did not have your phone in
I
your
did
hand.
not.
Hand to God, you don't have a phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
The other hand to God, you don't have a phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
Cool. You have your driver's license, registration,
Yes,
and
I
insurance. Hello, ma'am.
Did it make any difference? Like, which hand you throw up? Like, is it gonna make right-handed God, right-handed God? If it's the left hand, is it more? Is it confirming it more because of right-handed God versus the left-handed God? Is it more like I'm trying to stand that? Oh man, Jay, she has one hand. How she's driving with the phone? I don't know, man. I'm not saying she is, but I know some people like to drive their knees, so maybe she would. I'm not saying she's lying because I don't believe she's lying, but we're going by what his words is. He said, "I saw you with your right hand on the phone," and then when he came up, and then when she checked him, said, "Hey, I don't got my right hand. I don't have my phone using my right hand." Then he goes and proceeds and says, "You was manipulating your right hand as if you're on the phone." I'm like, how you were manipulating that? Now, if he was smart, not saying she was, he could say, "Hey, I apologize. Maybe you was driving the vehicle with your knees up and then use your left hand on the phone." Because some people like to drive with their leg on their knee on the phone. I know. Heck, I've done it before. I'm just going to be honest, but I've done it before. I know somebody, their mom done it when it was like trying to rush to get something to eat, trying to go to work, and they got their leg all up in here, just gobbling all up. I'm like, all right, this kind of you looking unbalanced. we're kind of swaying left and right, so he kind of messed up on that one. He messed up on that one like big time. So, what was the next one that she had shared? Okay, so that was like the little clip of it. So she actually showed one of her in where she shares the full one. Shout out to Anna. Anna says, "I had a cop pull me over once, said my car was stolen. I drove a 94 Chevy Chevrolet in the 90s. I laughed and said, 'Sure, would you seriously steal this car?'" I heard that happen before with somebody else, but it wasn't. The situation was this person had the common like first and last name of somebody else, and they kept every time she kept getting pulled over, whoever that person was had the same first and last name. And it was crazy because I was in the car one time. We went out to eat at a restaurant. We came back, it was like a whole family thing, and we're coming back, and they got pulled over. So I'm like freaking out, like, because this person like never do anything wrong, like never do anything wrong. And when they got pulled over, they asked for the license registration. They gave it to him. He left, went to the vehicle, took his sweet time doing whatever he did, came back, showed again. And I think what even made it, I wouldn't say worse, what made it what even more interesting of the story was you have an option, and this is up in Jersey, so you have an option of if you don't want to put your photo on your ID or you take it off. So I guess the fact that that individual chose to have their no photo on their ID, and they just went by the first and last name and of course the address. And then when they ran it back, it came back like another first and last name. So they was like, it got to be this person. So I'm like, really? So I don't know. So they had a conversation, and it was like, no, this is the third, fourth time this happened before. Same first, last name. And then I was like, okay. And then when we was like, kind of laughed it off, it's come back, and I'm like, yo, put your photo on your damn ID just in case they won't mess with you again. And then at the same time, like officers, because again, this is like a long time, like early 2000s. So even then, I'm like, yo, the officers don't have like a photo in their database, in their phone or computer, whatever, just to pull up the face along with the first and last name. So I was like, but that was a wild story, because I was like, I would never believe that unless somebody told me. So I don't know, man. It's a thing that happens. It's definitely things that happen. But that's a crazy story too. And like said, go because he knew I knew he was mine. That's a crazy story. So you got them ones that will play with you, and you got them ones just like you just be in these weird situations.
It doesn't bother you, huh? Yeah, a lot of times you can.
Maybe it's different because I'm a girl.
Hello, ma'am. Hey, good morning. I'm Deputy Gasala with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. Recently being pulled over. The city of Lake Worth today. We're doing an operation for distracted driver, and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating that phone.
Oh,
I mean, I saw you with the phone in your hand.
Obviously not. So you want to just call this a day?
I don't want to call it a day. You had a hand up manipulating
You just
the
said
phone.
my right hand.
Well, I thought I saw you with your right hand. You
So
had a
you
hand up.
didn't.
The right hand. I saw you
So you
manipulate
didn't.
with the right hand, perhaps not, right? But I saw
But
you.
you didn't see me with my right
Okay,
hand.
so are you
saying that you saw me with my
I know
right
what
hand?
I just said. I know what I just said. I'm asking you now. Did you yeah, or not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
You did not have your phone in
I
your
did
hand.
not.
Hand to God, you didn't have your phone in your hand.
Hand to
yeah,
God.
they got
The other hand to God, you didn't have your phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
Cool. You have your driver's license, registration,
Yes,
and
I
insurance
do.
with you.
So we have court tomorrow for driving.
okay. So okay, cool. We're back on track. All right. So she gives her little updates and all the situations. So let's get it.
With the device in our right hand, but our right. So we have court tomorrow for driving with the device in our right hand, but they just sent me the body cam footage, so I thought you guys might like a little treat before tomorrow.
It doesn't bother you, huh? Yeah, a lot of times you can.
All right, we saw the body cam footage.
Well, I thought I saw you with your right hand. You
So
had
you
a hand
didn't.
out. The right hand. I saw you
So you
manipulate
didn't.
with the right hand, perhaps not, right? But I saw
But
you.
you didn't see me with my right
Okay,
hand.
so are you
saying that you saw me with my
I know
right
what
hand?
I just said. I know what I just said. I'm asking you now. Did you yeah, or not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
You did not have your phone in
I
your
did
hand.
not.
Hand to God, you didn't have your phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
The other hand to God, you didn't have your phone in your hand.
Hand to God.
Cool. You have your driver's license, registration.
Yep.
That's still crazy. Share the next one. Trying to make sure I got this in order.
Turns out you can still get a ticket for driving with a device in your right hand, even if you don't have a right hand.
All right, man. So you're gonna receive a citation for wireless communication device handheld while driving. We got to put the phone down as we operate a motor vehicle.
Oh, and you
Okay.
put on.
Now this is on her end because she's actually recording it on her end inside the car with the phone facing up. So actually, it's pretty smart too. So kudos to her.
So you're gonna receive a citation for wireless communication device handheld while driving. We got to put the phone down as we operate a motor vehicle.
Oh, and you
Okay.
put on there that you saw me with my right hand holding it.
I
Yeah.
did not put that. No, if you want to take it to
But
court,
that's what you said when you pulled me over. Yes,
That's what I
that
said,
you
yes.
saw me holding my device
I'm
with
not
my right
I'm not
hand.
disagreeing with you. Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yes. If you want to take it to court,
And that's what you saw.
that's what I said.
That's what you said you saw.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If you
Okay.
want to take it to court, option 5 on the back of the ticket. That's how you take that ticket to court. Do you
Okay.
have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Have a good day.
Uh-oh.
Turns out you can still get a ticket.
I don't know. I think we might still have a case. I think we still might have a case. We might still have a case. And it says, I wonder how much they got for kickbacks at their live stick. I don't know, man. I saw all this, how this played out. I would love to see this in a court case, like a live trial. This would be funny. So funny. All right, so that's it in that one.
Okay, so we had court this morning and dismissed. So apparently it was dismissed over the weekend. Yesterday night when I went and checked.
Hold up. This is something? Okay, cool. I'm out of order.
We all know what the 21st was. Court for this thing. So a few weeks ago, I got pulled over for driving with a device in my right hand that clearly doesn't exist, and we went to court. Real quick, though, here's my squirrel I've been feeding.
I got a question for the squirrel.
Unfortunately, that court was just to plead guilty or not guilty, and obviously it was not guilty. I'm not accepting a plea deal, so here we are. So now we've got to wait another 4 to 8 weeks for this. And the judge is going to see, because it's in person, that this doesn't exist. Just drop it.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you today?
Great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You have a texting ticket. Do you want a plea deal offer or an in-person trial?
In person, please.
Plea deal.
Okay, we'll get that to you. And we'll see you live and in person, one of the courthouses in Palm Beach County, in about 4 to 8 weeks. You should receive your trial notice by mail or email within 7 days. If you don't, just check online. Mostly everything is available online at the clerk's main webpage, okay?
Okay, thank you.
She's very polite. Very polite. Very polite.
Okay, so we had court this morning and dismissed. So apparently it was dismissed over the weekend. Yesterday night when I went and checked the time to make sure that I was going to be there on time, all that jazz, it showed dismissed, but I am not one for taking a chance. So I went ahead and went to court this morning and got a handy dandy paper that says dismissed. And you guys, I cannot make up the reason behind why it was dismissed. It says lack of evidence.
Bruh. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad, even though it was dismissed over the weekend and she didn't know, which I thought that was kind of sucky on her part, because that's a big inconvenience. Big inconvenience. So that means she was unaware of the weekend. Then it came like a Monday, and the time of the court date, she still went. So that means she got no call, no nothing. So she still went just in case, because that's a good thing she did it too, because usually court system don't update nothing. Even if you pay the ticket, you still have to hold on to the paper. Like put it in your wallet, your glove compartment, whatever goes on with you in trial, whatever case, make sure you hold on to it just cause. Or you can go to the clerks and make sure they update it a little bit faster, because that might help out too. Anna says she should sue this behind for false report. Yeah, she could. She has option to do that. I seen a lot of people do it, but she actually brings it up of reasons why she does or doesn't. So we're gonna come across that and we could talk about it. Jay says all that trouble and the cop went on about his life, bruh. To be fair, don't they usually do? Even though some crazy stuff like if they actually take out a life, and they'll still get like some kind of severance pay, or it's like some suspension, time off, and then come back with their full pay. So a lot of officers are seeing even something worse situation than these, that they'll still keep their job. You know, it's a thing. It happens.
Bruh, we knew that already. Okay. Also, side note, you can watch me on CBS mornings this Friday at 7 a.m. So tune in, I guess.
I will be tuning in. On to the next. On to the next. Also, let me add to that too. When you said the sue, I'll say at least report it, just so it can be have on file for the officer. So if the officer do it again, it pretty much had like a paper trail for him. I'll at very least do that. What the hell? Hold on, I got a private message. Sorry. Oh, okay. I apologize. I just got a important message. All right, back to it. Jay says, in Houston North Side 5 years ago, an officer ran over a biker. They put him on desk duty and said it was an emergency. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so this is her. She's at CBS, so like they're interviewing her. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta get back on my prepping ahead of time because usually when I prep like way in advance and people I'm discussing, I like to tag them and stuff. And sometimes I get lucky and they might pop up for an interview or conversation. So since she's into fitness and stuff, she probably went to bed early, probably in her room, chilling, watch TV, getting ready for the next day. So I got to be a little bit more prepped for this, especially I'm having conversations like these. What did Anna say? Let me get back to the rest of this. Anna says, I got a cop fired for sitting in court laughing at people who were assaulted by her and other cops. She was not supposed to be there. I got there. I caught her laughing at defendants. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What state was this? You don't have to tell me your business, but that's interesting. That is interesting.
Police body camera footage of a Florida woman's traffic stop went viral after she was accused of holding a phone in her right hand while driving. But the issue is she doesn't have
shout out to Canada.
A right hand. Take a look at this exchange.
We were doing an operation for distracted driver and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating the phone. I mean, I saw you with
the right hand manipulating the phone. Right hand manipulating the phone.
Obviously not. Now, court records show the citation has since been dismissed at the request of the deputy who issued it. Let's go live now. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides, who
at the request of the deputy
spoke exclusively with the driver. Christian, what did she tell you?
Well, look, she said that at first she took it in stride. She thought that after the deputy pulled her over, upon seeing that she did not, in fact, have a right hand, he said to her that he had seen her using a device with her right hand. She does not have one. So she thought after he would see that perhaps the whole conversation would end there, but the deputy still wrote the ticket. Now, the incident happened back in February, but the body camera footage was just released this week, and it's gone viral. She posted it on her Instagram account, and she hopes that this can turn into a lesson about how to deal with people with limb difference. Take a listen to a little bit.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Last time I remember, only time you can kind of retrieve body cam footage is when the case is either, it's clear, like it's dismissed or whatever, then you can kind of get it yourself. And that takes time. Like I think 7 to 14 days? You maybe have to still pay for it. And for her, this was like second. And then she said in the video she had to wait like an extra four weeks, and then she probably had to wait like another 8 weeks in total to get all this taken care of. Unless you want to be a jerk and kind of extend this, and it'd be like months later, but reason to do that. She charged me for assaulting her, but she was getting me back for an interaction we had with a buddy who passed away in my building. His family told me he had a massive heart attack. Oh wow, sorry to hear that. I got a lot of activities going on in Canada.
Of what she told me.
I would love people to take away is that limb difference is normal. Somebody who looks different than you is normal. All of that is normal. Normal is whoever you're most comfortable being.
That's a fact.
The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office told me in a statement that the deputy initiated the traffic stop based on visual observation at the time of the incident and based on the totality of circumstances, but that they remain committed to professionalism, fairness.
What do you mean by the totality? These wordplays.
And the lawful enforcement of Florida statutes. Now, eventually, this officer asked for the ticket to be dismissed. There was a court hearing that was supposed to take place this week, but prior to that court hearing, the police officer said that he wanted that ticket dismissed. And we're going to hear.
Yeah, because that was going to be a whole thing. If he actually took that to trial, and all the media would, because the media already was like buzzing, so he'd have got very early. They would have figured out who he was. He'd have got embarrassed, and then he would have had to been forced to either resign or be on some kind of TV and explain himself, or had to apologize. And the fact that he probably was like, was this probably local area? Said Palm Beach County? Man, they'd have been watching him like a hawk.
A lot more from Katie Thomas on that, from that interview that we had. She had some really interesting takes about this entire ordeal, and we'll hear that tomorrow on CBS Mornings.
I'll look forward to hearing that. Kristen Benavides, thank you so much.
Oh, she gonna talk about it again?
Kristen Benavides, thank you so much.
And we'll hear that tomorrow on CBS Mornings. There are a lot more from Katie Thomas on that, from that interview that we had. She had some really interesting takes about this entire ordeal, and we'll hear that tomorrow on CBS Mornings.
I'll look forward to
CBS Mornings. I don't think she spoke on CBS Mornings. Okay, yeah, she's on CBS Mornings. Okay, she did. Okay, we got more. We got more. Okay, they even said it's an extended interview.
The traffic stop based on visual observation at the time of the incident and based on the totality of circumstances, but that they remain committed to professionalism, fairness, and the lawful enforcement of Florida statutes. Now, eventually, this officer asked for the ticket to be dismissed. There was a court hearing that was supposed to take place this week, but prior to that court hearing, the police officer said that he wanted that ticket dismissed.
just Katie's fine, and or my social media handle, which is slightly off balance.
And that's been growing.
Yes, exponentially.
How many new followers have you gotten since this video?
Since the most recent one, last I checked, was over 150,000 within a few hours.
Oh, wow.
Can you just walk me through this video? I mean, I think what is so interesting to so many people is the way that the officer reacted. And I wonder what was going through your mind as you were talking to that officer.
Initially was, oh, this is going to be funny, which is why I laughed, I cackled more like it. But then it became very apparent when he did not laugh or interact in like a friendly manner that it was not going to go that way. So then I think it more or less kind of, I wouldn't say it put me on edge, but it definitely left an unsettling feeling of, okay, like, what is this? Like, where are we going with this?
You mentioned that he mentions that you're using the phone on your right arm, or that you're using the phone with your right hand.
Jay said 150K and nobody pulled to the office. Man, welcome to social media, my friend. Welcome to social media.
Which is not possible.
Yes, he quotes the actual statute or law, which is
with your right. He mentions that you're using the phone on your right arm, or that you're using the phone with your right hand, which is not possible.
Yes, he quotes the actual statute or law, which is manipulating your device, and then he goes a step forward and says with your right hand, to which I immediately throw up.
But and that's why I asked too, because he said that. I was like, what do he mean by manipulated it? Like, what do you mean? Like, because I can just not have a phone. I'm manipulating it right now. Like, does that mean I'm on my phone? So, and for him to even say manipulating it, even though let's just say she did have a right arm, and he said, "Oh, it looked like you was manipulating that you was on the phone." I'm manipulating that I'm on the phone. I'm sitting on the phone.
My right hand in the video and the body cam footage of the beginning of the interaction, and he says, well, and then from there it snowballs into some additional lines of questioning that were a little out of left field.
But did you feel at all when, at this point, the officer doubles down?
Oh, for sure. He even goes to the point where he asked me, to hand to God or to swear to God. And
throw my man in the bus.
So me being me and my personality, I immediately throw out my right hand and say, hand to God. And he says, no, the other one. So I think at that moment, rewatching the video, that moment's harder to rewatch just because when you start to analyze it, you realize he's not identifying my right arm or hand, for lack thereof, as a hand, right? By asking me to then put my left hand up as an act of swearing to God or saying hand to God. So that rewatching it is where I feel like it deserves its time to address and to kind of bring up limb difference, adaptive athletes, anyone who just looks not, normal or society's normal. And how those interactions can go, how they can affect, I might be able to laugh it off, but for every one of me, there's several others that could destroy their entire day. What if I was a veteran who tragically lost my arm and it wasn't just from birth? I wasn't as comfortable with it. That could have really pushed somebody over the edge.
And that's the problem. I don't think he was actually putting his foot in this situation of like, what if? Like, he just didn't know. I think he should have came up to, if it was just that's because basically that's a whole basic traffic stop routine. So he should just came there with like an open mind off the rip. This ain't something dangerous, not putting your life at risk. Low-key, I kind of get it. I kind of, like, I don't know. I'm trying to put my foot in his shoes, but I think at the same time, he should just be a little bit more aware or just be like a little bit more open to whatever, because you don't know. Like, that's a good example too. Like, she could have been an army veteran, injured. And he didn't know. Now that, well, what about your left hand? Like, dude, like, she raised her arm regardless.
In that moment or after the fact, and just created a lot of unintentional suffering, I think, that needs to be kind of addressed and looked at in terms of that phrase or that mannerism that he took with it was just not okay.
Do you feel that this officer was sufficiently trained to deal with someone that doesn't have their...
I would say my interaction, if my interaction is an inkling of what he's been trained on, then the answer would be no.
You don't think he was trained enough to deal with a situation like this?
If he was...
That's basic. No, he wasn't trained. That's basic. That's basic.
He did not embody that training during my stop.
And to be fair, he really didn't have to go. He didn't have to, when they had the engagement at that point, did he really have to ask for her driver's license? Like, I'm just asking because I don't know the whole protocol. Like I said, I think nothing was connected with them. I don't think nothing was connected with them at all.
What would your message be to that officer?
It would be just...
Get more training?
I know we talked a little bit earlier, but I think it would be, to take time to, think about that interaction, do a little bit of self-reflection as well, and see, why you reacted the way you reacted, why you took those additional steps to, like we all say, double down on it. Why did you, ask me to put my hand to God over the situation? Was it really that serious of a situation that you felt like you needed to escalate it or to, inflame the stop itself? Before just, if you knew going into it, you're going to write the citation, just write the citation. All the extra stuff was that. It was extra and it was unnecessary. And I would hope that he gives himself grace for the interaction and that, we can look at it in the videos and say, oh, we should have done this different. We should have done that different. Thankfully, both of us walked away from that interaction and, we were both okay. Nobody was, harmed other than some emotional damage, I think, on both parts. And so from there, it just becomes a matter of, I really hope he takes the time to think about, okay, what is appropriate, what's inappropriate, and to be open enough to have those conversations, whether it's a friend or you reach out like through the department to find out what kind of contacts you guys have internally to kind of go over those situations where if you do pull somebody over that, I don't necessarily like this word, but handicap or disabled. I don't identify as those. I know that there's probably several others in my community that do, so I don't want to say that that's not how you should address us. I like limb difference or, I'm heavy on the athlete side, so I typically gear myself more towards like an adaptive athlete. But that's kind of where I'm at is to get that additional knowledge, to seek out what could I have done differently? How do I address these people? How can I make it comfortable for everyone, not just yourself.
Well said. Well said. I'm just going to still just sum it up in a few words. Better training. More training. Pay them a little bit more because they are underpaid. Just better training. And all these extra hours they work too, because it's a factor too. Whether it's the good cops, bad cops, like just do your job accordingly. And most of them, like, we got to also understand, a lot of them, as far as my experience goes, a lot of them is ticket hungry. A lot of them is very ticket hungry. They got to meet that quota.
I do wonder, though, if you think ultimately you got good news over the past couple of days. And what was that?
Obviously, this morning it got dismissed. I found out that it was dismissed, and that was amazing. I made sure to still show up to my court date, same floor, same courtroom, on time, just to double down on making sure that it was dismissed, and that I had tangible proof, right? That like I'm not in default of anything. I followed all the guidelines, and it was even better because I didn't have to appear before the judge. Therefore, I did not incur any court costs relating to the citation. The
fact that this officer decided to withdraw his complaint, in other words, he's the one who asked for the case to be dismissed. The officer asked for the case to be dismissed. What does that say about this case?
I think it says that, he realized, whether it was through the social media or whether it was through his own self-reflection, that, hey, maybe this wasn't a great idea. Maybe I didn't handle it correctly.
Or his boss pulled up on him like, hey, Jimmy, you messed up, man. You messed up, Jimmy. Thank Jimmy.
Obviously, he didn't choose to move forward with fighting it in court, which I was thankful for. I'm sure that he's also thankful for it, because it has, like I said, it's catapulted us both into this inherent visibility in the community that I think for me, it's been great. I don't know about for him. So I would like to think that he came to it on his own fruition and said, you know what? This is not, as soon as he got the subpoena that said that I was challenging the ticket, I would hope that he then contacted whoever he contacts to say, I don't want to push this any farther.
Right. But does it say anything about policing, the fact that he had said that you were using your right hand to use a mobile device, which was clearly not possible?
So, like I said, with that, I know that it took a long time to get to this court date. And we had, a online court before that. So it's just been a long process. I was not interested in delaying it any further. It was very cumbersome to get the body cam footage. It was very cumbersome to have to wait this long for a judgment on something that was so frivolous. So I guess that's kind of where I'm at, is that I don't agree with the system. I don't agree that it should take this long. I don't agree that we should have been in this predicament in the first place. I don't know how you put words to exactly what transponded during that, or accurate feelings towards, a particular establishment, or globally, quantify it as like the justice system or police. It was more one specific person who really did not take it well that I had one arm.
That officer will probably see this video. He'll probably see this clip. What would you say to him?
I would say, hello, Officer Casada. No.
What would you say?
I would say hi first. I would introduce myself, because we got off on the wrong foot, but more than that. And I would, treat him as a human, like I deserve to have been treated in that moment. And really get down, and like we talked about, what I had wished of him is I would start the conversation very openly of, hey, this is the problem that we had during this, interaction. This is how I felt like it could have been handled differently. Explain to me your side. Explain to me what you were thinking. How did we get to this point? And then from there, kind of just see where our two sides can kind of come together and say, hey, look, here's how we discuss limb difference.
Jay said, go off on the wrong hand, I'll say. That's funny. I had hand jokes like all day when I saw this. Like I had like a list of hand jokes. Like, that's funny. That is so funny. Honestly, I don't know what she's pretty much hitting on points, but I don't know what you can really say to an officer that he pretty much came like with the attitude and the intent, like, yo, you're going to get this ticket. he came in with like, yo, you're gonna get this ticket. So I'm like, I don't know what to say. Like, hey man, like why? I think that's what I'm left like, hey, come on, whatever, like what was the purpose of you doing this? It's gonna rinse and repeat the whole thing, like, because that would be me. Like, what was the purpose of you doing this? And he goes like, well, I thought I saw. I'm like, okay, but it's gonna be a whole rehashment. I saw this, you saw this, I explained myself. You said XYZ, I'm showing you XYZ. So now what's going on? So where we go from here? Oh, well, I just want to apologize. Okay, great. I'm down with apologies, but again, where we go from here? We can apologize all day. Actions after that. What's going on with that? What's your motive behind that apology? Are you going to be more aware? And the crazy part is like the way the world is now, everybody got their phones up. There's cameras everywhere. And I'm putting on civilians, citizens, and law enforcement. Like, come on, man. Like, if you either don't care, which I'm seeing how he acted, or this should have been like on a scare straight program with law enforcement, just to be even more aware of their situation. But according to one lady in the chat, and you said something, I'm giving like my experiences. A lot of them just personally don't care. Like, a lot of them really don't care. So if it's 1 year back, 2 years back, 3 years back, and especially a simple traffic stop or a routine, like, something might happen in the store, like, hey, let me call the cops, like, so that person could be the judge and jury of that moment to take care of it. So it just seemed like a lot of cops don't care, especially, you got cameras on you 24/7. Hey, you walk down the street and as soon as something pop off, everybody pulling their phones. So it's like, why not just be more on top of your game? Just why not? And honestly, it wasn't a threat. So if it was not a threat situation, it's like, why are we even going that route? Like, all right, man, I apologize, have a good day. And I'll just do, in my mind, I'm like, I'll do better. And it just didn't go that route. Shout out to Anna. Anna says, all he needed was a handout to see the truth. Jeez, what's going on with the hand jokes? I ain't gonna lie, I'm loving the hand jokes, though. I'm loving the hand jokes.
Here's how you address somebody. Here's things that you probably shouldn't do, like make them raise their hands to God. But
how did you feel when he made you do that?
So immediately I was being my normal self and threw up my hand to God. He did not recognize that as a sufficient hand to raise to God, which is ironic.
No, he had an attitude. I saw the video 5 times and still laughed at her response. I thought it was funny. I reacted laughing to it. Even when she did the video at home, like dropped the phone in her hand, her wink wink, her right hand. I still thought it was funny because it's just ridiculous. Because that's what he led with. He's like, hey, I saw you with your right hand manipulating that you had a phone in your right hand. And I'm like, manipulating? How's she manipulating it? Shit, X-Men? I don't know.
Like, considering that's who gave it to me. And then he proceeds to ask me to do my left, which is like, okay, cool. Watching it after the fact, getting that body cam footage over the weekend and sitting with it, I realized immediately that I felt very uncomfortable. I handle things a little differently. I channel a lot of comedic relief for all of these things. I know there's a lot of people in my community, in the limb difference community, disabled, handicapped, that felt very much that was inappropriate. And like reiterating again, the circumstances.
Man, that's all communities. I'm not knocking your community. That's all community. The Black community, the Latino community, the officers abuse me 24/7 community. That's all communities. As soon as we get pulled over, we're like, oh Lord, let me get to that routine. 10 to 2. All right, all my stuff is already out the glove compartment, everything in hand. Here you go, officer. No eye contact. Here you go, officer. But you'll get the ones that are like, hey, let me test the law enforcement. The window be like this much crack, and you'll just like have it right here. And the officer like, hey, can you just roll down your window, man? I know my law. Then it'd be a whole thing. So trust me, we understand. It's just, I want to knock your community, but it's all communities. It's all the communities. It's a community of a good percentage of police officers pretty much abuse their privileges as the men in blue. And it sucks. So we all know. We've been there. We Again, we got to put that mask on. Unfortunately, your day, you being yourself, man. Ain't nothing wrong being yourself. You being you. I applaud you for it. A lot of us in the other community, we got to put that mask on. Whoosh. We just got to put that mask on. All right, let's get the 10 to 2. Hands all steady. All right, I got cameras here. Probably don't even matter because something still might happen. All right, what's going on, officer? All right, go through the routine. Let me go. All right, you have a nice day. Yeah. Jay says, how sharp they're gonna sing "We Shall Overcome." If something happens to me, you got to be there. Yeah, that's true. I agree. They're not knocking it. But this community thing, like every community different. Some take it to the extreme. Some don't get the little slaps on the wrist.
This is behind why I'm missing an arm.
But bottom line is, all these officers, the good and the bad, it just sucks. It's like it's more bad than it's good officers out there. And the good ones get bad reputations because the bad ones acting up. We see it so much on the media, and if it's not social media, it's hitting. So they got to tighten up. I get it. Everybody want a job, but if that job's not right for you, you just don't need to be an officer, man. If let's say what's the average for an officer? I'm just saying, like what, 40, 50K, maybe 60 a year, depending on the town and their credentials. Some get a little bit bump up after they get out the service, whatever, and got the experience and training. Yeah, if you just got that into it, you just don't need to be a police officer, man. You need to find another job that probably pays you in that same bracket of police officer. Shout out to Ben tomorrow. They have a bad system that encourages. Yeah, that too. A bad system, abusing everything, sleeping with each other in there, having a relationship. I know one personally, like her husband just abused the crap out of her. Just abused the crap out of her. And then he got a whole nother relationship with somebody inside the force. Why? Because they see each other 24/7.
Arm are drastically different from somebody else that you might see that's missing an arm or missing a limb in general.
You've had this your whole life.
My whole life. I was born this way. It's never going to change. It's never going to hold a phone. It's just going to be how it is. Today is.
It's never going to hold a phone.
No, I mean, no. I was going to say prosthetic, but I don't even wear those. So, and to go one step further, the law literally states you have to manipulate it with that. So, I mean, I have 5 fingers, but they're not manipulating anything. So.
Is there anything I haven't asked you that you think is important to add or that you want to highlight?
I'd like to highlight that I don't inherently believe that that the officer came at me with malice. I don't think that was the intention. I don't think it was to be mean. I don't think it was to be dirty, nasty. I truly give him grace in the fact that I think he was surprised by it. The way that his body reacted upon seeing it, the way that he started to stammer around some of his words or to re-ask and then, double down and mimic some behavior that doesn't really align with somebody that's thinking, 100%. I don't think that he came at me with malice. And I think that for every one of him, I've had several other sheriff officers say what happened was inappropriate. And that's all I needed was reassurance from somebody in those same shoes that he was in to say, this was inappropriate. We're so happy that it was dismissed. That's all that I needed was that vindication of I'm not crazy. I'm not, all these things, right? That you can be labeled or I didn't react poorly or if I would have just done this or done that, like that's not the route we're going here. So to hear somebody say that they had no problem with how I reacted and how I reacted was perfectly valid for the situation that I was put in and the questions that were being asked or prompted to me was very validating as a person and just as a member of the community that I don't have to walk around or think that, I'm going to get pulled over again or targeted or anything like that, because I know from multiple members of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office that
they agreed with you.
Essentially, yeah.
That's fair. I can't tell nobody what to do, but I will still file the report just to have it on paperwork for that sheriff and the county, just in case he chooses or another officer chooses to do that again. Because optically they're talking about social media, but I feel like it still need to be on paperwork just in case. Like she don't have to go through no lawsuit because that's gonna be time and money and all that good stuff. But I definitely would have been ahead, just hey, let me just file a report. put the complaint out there just in case. And it says we wouldn't hold that against you, and no, they don't hold nothing against me. No, they had a pre-trial and they were trying to get her to take plea deals instead of admitting fault. Yeah, that's the norm. That is the norm, which is very disappointing. Very disappointing. All right, get back to it.
Reaction on social media. I mean, what has that been like?
That's been wild. If you've been following along from the beginning, you know that I took a 1.5 day hiatus because immediately when everything went viral, I panicked. I've been very open about having, panic attack disorder, generalized anxiety, and stuff like that. So having that flood of Insta famous or TikTok famous, I thought I would be ready, but I also didn't think that video would do it. It's been 36 years. I've looked the same. It was just this one particular incident that has just all of a sudden just exploded. I have mothers in my inbox telling me, my daughter has the same limb difference as you. I'm so happy to see you do all these workouts. I'm so happy to see that, you're thriving in life. It's one of my biggest worries. And now I don't have to worry about that anymore.
And you stood up for yourself.
Yes. And it's been wonderful to get to experience that too. You have these people from different continents, different countries coming into my inbox, asking me questions, telling me things, letting me be a safe space for them to ask questions about, do you get half price when you get your nails done? What was it like growing up? Did you have any hardships? Can you tie your shoes? What's the hardest thing you do? All of those things are now approachable for people that never had that ability before.
That's
how many people do you know that you could text right now and say, what's it like to be in a wheelchair? What's the hardest thing you go through every day? How do you brush your teeth? How do you do this? Who does that for you? And then it's very similar to somebody with limb difference. There's a slew of things that people.
I ain't gonna lie. When I saw her video on Instagram, the thing that stuck out for me was because she had her clothes in the bed. My thing was like, how'd you fold your clothes? Like, I get it if you're washing it and drying it with one arm. I think that's the one that stuck out for me at that moment. But you really don't think about these things when you have all your limbs until you miss something. Like, you don't really think about it until it's gone.
Think, oh, there's no way you can do that. There's no, or they're surprised by it, right? And I'm like, what do you think I do all day? Like, just sit around and be like, sir, tie my shoes. No, I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna tie my kids' shoes. Like, it's normal, and that's what I think I would love people to take away is that limb difference is normal. Somebody who looks different than you is normal. All of that is normal. We're done with this cookie cutter image. Whether it's your body type, your color, your ethnicity, we're done with that. Normal is whoever you're most comfortable being.
So true. So true. I respect her. I definitely respect her. Speaking of limb differences and disabilities that we're speaking of, so this is what I saw, what was this, like a year ago. The guy actually had a limb difference, but the only difference is said an officer coming to him. Hold on one second. All right, so instead of the officer coming to quote unquote harass him, somebody actually made a complaint against this guy, and he had, disability in one, disabled one of his limbs, and the complaint was kind of wild. So I was like, I don't know how that could happen, but all right. So cops arrest paraplegic man in wheelchair for kicking down woman's door and fleeing on foot. So listen to the words. Paraplegic man in a wheelchair was arrested for kicking down woman's door and fleeing on foot. So, and the guy. And the guy.
else. In June of 2024, a woman named Catherine Jensen, who is apparently completely insane, called police and reported that this man, Charles Reed, whom she claimed was her ex-boyfriend and they had broken up a few days earlier.
Oh, thank God. All right, how you doing?
Had come to her house, kicked down her door, choked her, and then attempted to steal her car keys.
So, kicked down her door, choked her, stole the car keys. But he's a paraplegic, meaning he can't have no use of his legs. No use of his legs.
What happened? He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
She also claimed that he fled on foot.
I guess he took off on foot.
In the body cam footage of that encounter, she apparently told the cops that she did not even want to press charges. Still, though, officers obtained an arrest warrant for Mr. Reed. This police officer named Mark Ballat began to communicate with Mr. Reed by email. He basically tricked him into coming to the police station to clear up a case of mistaken identity. But what he really intended to do was to arrest Mr. Reed. When Mr. Reed arrived at the police station on March 20th of this year, Officer Mark Ballat, the same police officer who responded to the call where Miss Jensen made that report about Mr. Reed, began to read Miranda rights and began questioning Mr. Reed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reed. My name is Officer Ballat. You're the one I've been emailing recently?
Yeah, all right.
Doing well. Give me a second. I'm going to just read you something and then I'm going to ask you a couple questions, all right?
All right.
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney.
Dang, the setup is real. The setup is real.
He said, according to Miss Jensen, you forcefully entered her home and attacked her. Mr. Reed had no idea who she was or what he was talking about.
According to Miss Jensen, on this date, you forcefully entered her home and attacked her.
As the conversation went on, Mr. Reed insisted that he had nothing to do with this and that he had actually been paralyzed for like 25 years.
How long have you been in your wheelchair?
About 18.
Since you were 18?
That he was married. He was not any sort of recent ex-boyfriend to this person.
So,
yeah, that's
and you say you have no recollection of who she is?
I have absolutely no idea who that is. Yeah, certainly haven't forced my way into anybody's house.
Because she was able to provide us with your exact information and a description of how you look.
She describes that he's of average build,
Tall, short. Average height.
that he has brown hair, that he's in black clothing,
It's all black. I want to say yes, sir.
but not that he's in a wheelchair. Never mentions it. And that is probably the number one thing you'd mention about somebody.
Especially as they're running away.
On foot.
I guess he took off on foot.
Charles and Catherine did date, but it was more than 20 years ago. They never kept in touch. He's been married for a decade with a newborn. And the day of the alleged attack, Charles says he was at a dinner party with friends. Did police contact you at all?
No, not at all. Not a single time.
But instead of looking into the situation further or acting on that information, Officer Ballat instead handcuffed and attempted to arrest Mr. Reed, which ended up with Mr. Reed falling out of his wheelchair and onto the ground.
I truly have no idea who that is. Like,
I understand you say you haven't been here, but unfortunately, you do have the warrant out for your arrest. So I'm going
He rolled away, if anything. Yeah. Yeah.
to have to place you into custody, and I'm going to take you downstairs. You're going to be booked and entered, and you're going to have to go to jail. So, and you say you've been in this wheelchair since you were 18. If you have proof of all of this information that you verified, if you get those documents in order, you can bring those with you when you go to your first appearance.
can I pee and stuff? Like,
You'll be able to pee. I'm going to take you right downstairs. You're not even going anywhere.
this is crazy to me. Like,
Do me a favor, put your hands out. Unfortunately, it is.
Welcome to America. Welcome to America.
Everybody knows you never go full retard. What do you mean? You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
He took it there, man. He took it there. Hey, what's going on, Miss Brenda? Brenda said I saw that one-handed lady can't foot. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I watched the two news ones, the short one, the full extended interview they had with her. She's very polite. I seen her updates that she was showing on her Instagram, which is crazy to me. The guy should just let that crap go off the rip. Like he knew he was wrong. He knew he was wrong. And the words that he used from the beginning, like, I saw you with your right hand manipulating that you had a phone in your right hand. And I'm sitting there thinking myself, like, what you mean by manipulate it? Like, what you manipulate? Even if she had if she had her right limb, like complete, full functioning limb, How can you still manipulate? I would have harped on that word. I would have harped on manipulate. What do you mean? Show me, officer, how you manipulate a phone in your right hand, and then we can take it from there. That was crazy. Says I was like, is this a spoof? This yeah. We was hashing all this dumb crap out. It's too crazy. I don't know, man. I'm trying to say like either more cops just don't care, or more cops just don't give a crap, or more cops just like either just like you can't at this time and day now where everybody got cell phones, cameras out, live streaming all the time. Like are we that ignorant to facts now? Because everybody got stuff out showing something, digitizing things, recording stuff. Like, come on, man. We got to chill out. Yeah, it be someplace. I know people like at work, just like, I'm working, I'll make sure I stay under a camera just in case something pops off. Like, I know people like that. So she had needed additional, she would have needed additional hand. What's up with the hand jokes? I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling the hand jokes. Hand jokes is like on point. Thank you.
I can't. Is this a joke? Any favorite hands up? Above your head, please.
I don't have muscle control.
Okay, that's fine.
It's not like
But on the other side,
I literally can't. I don't have muscle control. I'm not. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Third year now, was in the Florida my location for a white male who fell out of a wheelchair.
Eventually, a second officer who happens to see what's going on comes over and he helps Mr. Reed back up into his wheelchair.
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody please help me off the ground. I'm paralyzed. Can I get out of my wheelchair?
Yeah, let's help him. Oh, I was waiting for the paramedics to come there right next door. So, welcome to your house.
Unlike Mr. Balat, he immediately realizes that something is not right here, and he begins to ask questions.
What's the warrant for? I
broke into somebody's house.
Trespass out assault. How long ago? June 19th. June 19th, 15th, 9th. One of those. How long have you been paralyzed?
25 years.
Okay. Make a phone call.
What did I do?
Take his grab this arm.
What have I done?
It's just showing that you have a warrant, and we're gonna do our due diligence. Because if you're paralyzed, somebody must have made a mistake.
I thought
Okay. Who's the
Yeah, the goofy with it's the setup kid. That's who made the mistake. The goofy tried to like get him arrested. And he was all calm about it. Hey man, we got you. That's the one who made the mistake. I hope they arrested him. That's the one he get locked up.
original agency? We are. Who's the detective? You are.
Oh.
Okay. Give me a second.
I get my doctor on the phone.
He takes.
Oh, he's a detective? I thought he was like a regular beat cop. It's getting deep now.
The first officer aside and tries to get an explanation out of him.
I'm like you right now. He just walked the hell out of that wheelchair. I held him with the tip of my fingers, and he fell down and fell on me. But basically, on what day was this? I still remember the call. On June 15th last year, I got a call about a lady from 4111 Fredericksburg Drive, and so basically, she was like, and when I got to the house, the front door was kicked in, and I think she was like hiding by the garage or something. And she comes out and she's bleeding from her arm. Her neck is bruised up and everything. She's like, my ex-boyfriend, who we broke up 2 days ago, just entered my home and attacked me. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I asked her, hey, you know, have y'all lived together? Yeah, we used to live together at this address. Do you have any of his information? Gave me his name, spelled it out, gave me a description, told me what he looked like, ran it through NCIC, it matched. And then I was like, is this him? She was like, yes, that's.
You ran it through what? And then it matched? Yo, this kid lying. This kid lying. Oh my God. He's a detective? Hold up, because he did say he was emailing him to get him to come to the police. So why didn't he just go to his place? Because he had to have his address at that point. Oh, you saying? Hey, hold up. You saying my man was trying to get the draws of that woman? Hold on, what she look like? Let's go back now. Where we at? We had 857. 857. Okay. Hold up. You saying that officer was sipping for this? That's what we saying, Jay? That's what you saying?
Brother, what's that?
That's what we saying, Jay? You know what? Love come in all different forms, Brother Jay. Love come in all different forms. All different forms. All different forms. All right, let's go back to Officer Lion.
Put out, gave me a description, told me what he looked like, ran it through NCRC, it matched. And then I was like, is this him? She was like, yes, that's him. Gentleman right there. This should be one.
Okay, so he ran through, saw a description. So was he arrested before? And he saw ID, and he's like, hey, is this him? And she said yes. And he's like, okay. So if that's him, like, wouldn't you just like still reach out to the other guy and get the it's two sides of both stories, man. Two sides of both stories. We're going with this.
So now he's saying, man, I ain't been here in like X amount of years.
Wife said he got shot at 19. He's been paralyzed since then.
There you go, Anna. Keep that positive. Keep it positive. Slap on, makeup on, and a bag. She be looking good. Yeah, there you go. There you go. They be shooting at the club. There you go. Keep it positive. Keep it positive.
He's do some backdrop.
So I was like, man, I don't know if this is true or not, and I can't ascertain that right now.
So might need to call the district attorney's office, because if the door was kicked in, he didn't kick it in. He did kick it in.
Well, she didn't say kicked in. She said, well, I can't recall if it was kicked in or if that's what she said.
You can't recall?
It was that forced entry was made. So if it was kicked in and he has indeed been paralyzed since he was 19 years old, that would be kind of hard.
Because I'm looking at his legs. I got a couple of relatives that are quadriplegics. That what we see with his lower extremities, that's for play.
Okay.
That's legit. And if he was born in 82, that means he was shot in 2001. And he's been paralyzed since 19 years. I would suggest calling the district attorney's office. Let them know what you got.
Right,
and even though she...
Because now it's looking like she might have made a false report. So that's what I was looking like. I was like, I don't know. Because between now and June, that's what, 9 months. I was like, I don't know if something happened between those 9 months that might have put him in a wheelchair.
Let's go back.
He then walks with the first officer over to where their lazy lieutenant is sitting on his ass eating lunch on his messy, sloppy desk, and he tries to inform him of the situation. But the lieutenant already knows about the situation, and he doesn't care at all.
Don't mean to interrupt your lunch. I'm stepping in, helping out a little bit. They got a quadriplegic guy up there.
I just told him about it.
Oh, he already got the rundown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny watch.
Yeah, but how could he? And I just want to put it out there. He flopped out the wheelchair. I was like, can you raise your hands? So I'm trying to, pat him down, make sure he doesn't have anything. I don't know if the camera's going to catch it, but I got him by the tip of my fingers. And he just...
Bro! Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I saw this, but now, like, I'm listening to it, like, yo, he's trying. He is trying. Like, hey, man, I just touched him a little bit. You told that man, like, look, let me read the card, and I'll tell you now. As soon as you read the card, you read the Miranda rights. And he's like, hey, I've still got to arrest you. This dude's trying. This is a lawsuit. Like, let's get this in right here. The whole department got to go. The whole department got to go.
It's a ruse, man.
So
I mean, it's an obvious attempt not to go to jail. So
Yeah, but he is fucked up from the waist below.
that is after actually seeing him, I agree. But then again, like I said, I don't know what happened between 9 months ago from now, and I don't know how much.
I like the flip flop with his kid. First, he telling the bald headed cop in the seat, like, yeah, man, he was flip flopping and that. And then soon the other guy bring up some actual facts, like, yeah, I agree with you. It's making sense. Like, he don't know what to go with this. All over the place.
Muscle mass you lose from not using your legs. So I don't know if
Yeah, I know you don't know.
Yeah. Wife said he's been paralyzed for 19 years. So. Okay.
Oh, you skip ready to clear it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well,
So I better get the lawyers on standby because I know damn well he's gonna make a whole issue out of this.
I don't know. So it's like, I can't really.
Yeah, when they get the lawyers, they're coming for you, buddy. They coming for you. And then something might play around the department. I need to know the outcome for him because he got to go. I don't think he need to be working there. Hey, a detective?
Tell like what's happened to me. I got you. You know? Right.
So, if you need this information. So I just spoke to LT and Major. Unfortunately, I still have to take it because it's a felony warrant. Now, I don't know what's happening between you and this young lady, whatever you guys had. That's not.
Yeah, I understand that.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to none of y'all. I got issues like all this stuff he's doing with the hand moving. To me, that's like more of a woman thing. I could be wrong, but anybody keep moving their hands all the time when they talking like that, I don't trust you. I'm just gonna be honest, I don't trust you. If you got to talk with your hands like he doing, his hands look like they lying. I don't even see his face. His hands lying. Every time his hands move, I'm like, yo, he's lying.
He made a false report. That's going to be on her.
Look at him.
Obviously, I explained, I noticed your condition. I see it. But I have to do my due diligence. It's a warrant out. I have to go ahead and take you in. So now that's going to be up to you and the courts and your lawyers and her and them.
Bro, you can claim the warrant right there.
Innocence until proven guilty. So at this point, she says you kicked down her door. It don't look like you could kick anything. No offense at this point in time. So that's why I told you earlier. If you have documentation that you were shot at 19. That you've been to Grady. I do.
I can provide it in 10 minutes from now.
So, give me one second. I need paper. If it ain't no paper, it don't happen.
I mean, I can even call the DMV and see that I've been mechanical aids on my license for the past 25 years.
Yeah.
You can call. We can drive to Grady right now.
Give me 1 second. Let me actually.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
I can show you my handicap placard that I got 15 years ago.
Give me 1 second. Let me go talk to my manager real quick.
Yo, somebody need to put this kid in just prison for like 6 months and just let them boys deal with it and come back out. Like, this kid's crazy.
I'm so sorry, last thing. He's saying that he can prove with paper documentation that he's been in a wheelchair for that long.
Okay, but you can still punch somebody in the wheelchair, right? I mean, that doesn't mean that he didn't do what he was accused of, right?
So,
bruh, I'm triggered. What's going on? What you mean he can still do what he doing? What you mean he can still do what he doing? The dude can't use anything from his waist down. He ain't using them legs. The chick said he kicked in the door. He kicked in the door. What? With what? Kicked in the door. I don't know. Maybe that's, I don't know. You know what? Maybe he manipulated his legs to kick in the door. Maybe that's what he did. Maybe he manipulated both of his legs to kick in the door. Maybe that's what happened.
He could have forced entry if he had tool, or who knows? I mean, I don't think just because you're in a wheelchair does mean
can't break a door down.
Right.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take you today, sir.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, and that's an easy question. Easy question. When you get down the hill, just let go. When you get up the top of the hill, Anna, and let go, that's a runaway. That's a runaway. It might not hold up in court, but that's what I'm calling it, Anna. So that's the easy answer right there. Who's next? Who's next? Jay said he walked on his arms and he ran feet first. Bro, I'm trying to tell you. They don't understand, Jay. That's part of what happened. That's part of what happened. This detective is on something. I would love to know how long he's been doing detective work and who the hell hired him and said, you know what, kid, you got what it takes. You got what it takes to do the job.
Can I talk to whoever that guy was?
It's really nothing he can do, and he's the one that's telling me because you still have an active warrant, and that warrant isn't going anywhere. I've even went so far as to reach out to the district attorney and see if there's something that I could do, but they're not answering. So unfortunately, I'm gonna take you in.
Told me that I could provide documentation.
That's not a right here, right now matter. That's gonna be a later on matter.
Can I talk to
And
the
even
judge?
so, and even so,
Can somebody get the judge?
I'm trying to show you. And even so, you're in a wheelchair that doesn't.
I want to talk to the judge or something. Can I get speak to a magistrate or something?
So
I want to get this resolved. Somebody that can.
I'm not understanding because you're saying that you have no muscle control, but yet you wheeled yourself from across the street and somehow got into.
Bro, he willed himself. He didn't walk, you idiot. He willed himself in there. He didn't walk. And the man, and look at the man. He's literally got to explain to him the science of this. This is crazy.
I have muscle control after the thoracic 3 vertebrae, right? So I have hand control. I have hands. You're
doing exactly what I just asked you to do before when you fell on the floor.
Yeah, because I'm balanced, right? When I have 2 hands here together, I always have to hold myself.
So that's one. And two.
What do you mean that's one?
And two, you're saying you can't sit down, but you have to sit in the car.
A specialized cushion. You see this cushion that I'm on right here? It's a specialized air cushion with specialized compartments. I will get a bed sore if I sit on anything other than this.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't a bed sore when you sit or lay somewhere for a very extended period of time?
It is.
It's not going to be an extended period of time. I'm pretty sure the jail has things that can accommodate you, and you will go with your chair. I'm not saying that I'm going to take you. Your chair's going to stay here. Your cushion's going to stay here, and you're just going to be asked out in the back seat of a car, and then in a hospital, and then whatever the case may be.
You're not explaining that to me as you're saying those statements, though, right? So I'm justified in not knowing that information.
Oh, my apologies. I thought that was kind of implied that where you go, your chair would go with you.
That's not implied to me at all. I haven't been in a police department my entire life. I can do any single thing about this life, right?
My apologies. I'm letting you know right now, your chair will go with you.
Yeah, I'd still love to speak with somebody of higher tier. I simply cannot accept that
he's an idiot.
This is the remuneration after I've been in contact with you for a month and a half.
You've been in contact with me for a couple of weeks.
Months are made of weeks, I guess,
Mr. Reed is not a criminal. He's never been in this situation before. He just can't believe that law enforcement, the criminal justice system, could be this wrong, could be this incompetent. But boy, was he wrong. He wanted to speak to a judge. They don't give him access to a judge, but they give him a supervisor. So here comes the supervisor. And as you can see, he's a lot of help.
That's my sergeant. He'll be able to speak with you.
Can you call these questions and figure out what's going on in the hardware
Long story short, he has a warrant for ag assault out of here, 411 Fredericksburg Drive.
Explain the warrant.
He needs to be transported. And he's saying that he has obviously a medical condition and that he can't be transported.
I'm really saying that I'd like to speak to a judge or somebody who can adjudicate some aspect of this other than simply taking their life.
You better answer the phone.
You got the most ghetto. That was that. That was his phone ringing. That was his ringtone. Jesus, man, this got ghetto. This could even get more ghetto than ever. And then the dummies right here, Goofy number 1 standing up and Goofy number 2 sitting down. Is these the EMTs? They're not even trying to help the situation. Isn't they got some kind of degrees or something like that with this to add in the conversation? They dumb.
So really, I would just love some information.
Judge right now. We know when you go to court.
I don't know anything about this, honestly. This is a complete total surprise to me. I literally have been in communication with this gentleman for a month, trying to figure out why in the world I have a warrant. I got tricked into coming here today.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, because he told me I could just come and sign some piece of paper because he didn't have any knowledge about what the warrant was. I have an email that I could
he texts on his phone.
Did you recently get put in a wheelchair?
25 years ago. 25 years ago. When I was shot when I was 18.
Okay. All right. Have we looked up this case number?
You said I kicked in a door?
I didn't say kicked in. I said forced entry was made.
So what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
Jesus. Hold up, officer. Is this who you trying to? What officer at?
What happened?
This is who you trying to get with? This is who you This is who you trying to This is who you trying to sacrifice for the box? You trying your whole career for the box? That's what we doing, officer? Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Your whole career. Your whole career. All for the draws. Look at it.
Kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
So you said, you said you never talked to me, or you don't remember anything about me, and that I could come down to sign a piece of paper to handle it all.
Then finally, this lady shows up. I'm guessing she's some sort of a transport officer. Best I can tell, she arranges for him to come back in and turn himself back in, buying him a little more time, perhaps to go hire his lawyer or whatever he ended up doing to avoid actually going to jail.
He came in to settle the matter with the whole warrant. All right. So no, that's fine.
So you came and turned yourself in?
He came to talk to me about the warrant. So I asked him some questions.
Well, he said he had no recollection of me or anything. He said that I could come in to clear it up. I could sign a sheet of paper to clear it up. And so I just simply came in because, of course, it's mistaken identity. And so now I've been thrown on the ground.
Thankfully, he ended up not actually being arrested on that warrant. The warrant was eventually dismissed, but only after the story literally ran in the Atlanta TV news market. The crazy lady eventually publicly admits that she's absolutely nuts and she had no contact with this guy. And it's also revealed that the cops, had they even checked this woman's arrest record, should have known that anyways, because she had already been arrested for similar allegations before this event even occurred. So this is a story of this one particular officer, Balat, being amazingly incompetent. But worse than that, once he realizes that he has charged a clearly innocent person, he doubles down to cover his own ass. And who helped him do that? His lieutenant helped him do that. His supervisor, his direct supervisor, his sergeant, just could have cared less either way. Fortunately, that one officer who was just a bystander stepped in and tried to do the right thing, but his lieutenant did not help him. Ultimately, is there going to be a lawsuit here? I don't know. As I've explained in other videos, these sorts of cases are very difficult where you have a valid warrant that was signed by a judge. You can sue under circumstances where police officers provide incorrect, false information to a judge to be able to get that warrant. But at the same time, unlike the private market where you can sue an employer for negligence, government doesn't work that way. They're allowed to be negligent, they're allowed to be incompetent, and we can't sue them for that. Only when it rises to really, really egregious levels can anything be done about it. This probably is a closed case here. We can see that they did have actual knowledge at a certain point and basically arrested the guy anyways. Now, ultimately, he wasn't taken to jail, but handcuffs were put on him. He was taken to the ground. But more importantly, people just need to see this. So please share this footage. These same incompetent police officers, well, worse than incompetent, these same police officers who knowingly violate an innocent person's civil rights because they want to cover their own ass, or even in the case of the lieutenant, too lazy to even get up from his desk to stop eating his pretzels.
He ain't lying. He is not lying. He is not lying. I'm so glad we revisited this one because that's something to be said along with the woman, the officer, pretty much by the way. She was actually, like I said, she's very polite how she carried herself with this one. Because I'm not saying yell, scream, have an attitude. She did what she needed to do, but at the same time, I'm thinking I went Annie on this one. I just went and just file a lawsuit. At the very least, file a complaint so it could be on paperwork like, hey, this officer in this department is very ignorant to the facts. And for him to be like, I mean, even got a clothes hanger on top of the file cabinet, like a little closet. Like, I don't know if y'all can see that, but he got like a little plastic clothes hanger right there. Like, dude just lazy all around. Like, he's just chilling. Yeah, all of them should have. Bald-headed guy, lazy. They have to go for the detective that tried to set him up. You knew he was talking. Y'all was talking for months, bro. You should have led with, hey, there's a warrant. This is what the situation is. That would have gave the guy at least some time to try to figure it out. I wouldn't go to court. I wouldn't come to that precinct talking to, hey, lawyer up real quick. Like, look, somebody lying on me, and this dude trying to set me up to come there. Like, what's the purpose of him even doing that?
Get up from his desk and see what the hell's going on. This sort of thing needs to be shared, and they need to be exposed. Again, the only thing that government fears is negative public exposure. Government itself is the bad.
Keep that in mind. That's why I'm glad you said that. Let me play that back too.
Bad. The only thing that this sort of thing needs to be shared, and they need to be exposed. Again, the only thing that government fears is negative public exposure. Government.
I'm glad he said that because when the woman, she said all of this was dismissed over the weekend, and then the guy had dismissed it. You know why? Because what he just said. That's what they fear. So once the media come, what she said, like 150K, 150 followers, and like she said, like an hour or so in the day. So you got that many eyes on you like that. Guess what? Now they want to switch up. Oh, we can do anything now. First, it was a whole headache for him. It's a process. It's this, it's that. But now, when everybody got the media eyes attention on this one department, this one situation, and it could have been easily avoided. Now we can take care of it real quick. So keep that in mind. Phones up.
Itself is the bad apple. Remember that. So help me spread that fact by subscribing both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at JohnBryanESQ.
I got you, buddy, because I know I'm subscribed to you. Because I do remember this story, and I thought it was a very interesting one too. We'll get to the last two. Yeah, they both like 2-4 minutes. Now, this is the one where this woman, I don't know if anybody's seen this. This is like in 2000 and one is 3 years ago. The shows. I saw an article. In this one, and I was seeing if they had a video of it. But this one is a woman who was deaf in the airport, and they they arrested her and kicked her out. Like she couldn't hear it and understand nothing they were saying. Her earbuds or whatever she was to help her hear was actually synced to her phone, so it would allow her to hear certain sounds and take away certain sounds. And because of that, and I guess it malfunctioned or something, so she couldn't understand or hear nothing what nobody was saying. So I thought that was an interesting one too. So we'll jump onto that. Thank you for crap about what this old lady was doing.
Was waiting for her connecting flight to Seattle. She waited at the gate, but later learned the gate changed and her flight left, but she couldn't hear when they paged her.
She controls her hearing aids through an app on her phone, but at the time the event took place, she didn't know that her hearing aids were actually on a preset setting that didn't fully cover the sounds that she was missing.
McGee's attorney said she was trying to communicate with the gate agents, but they were being dismissive. Security, and McGee grew frustrated, confused, so she sat down.
I noticed that you have some hearing aids. Okay, just want to make sure. Are you hard of hearing?
An Austin airport employee then reads the criminal trespass charge, but her attorney say she didn't know she was given a notice of arrest.
Welcome back to another video by WearTheCrownWell University. My name is.
All right, I just want to get that part of because that was like the little introduction of it to get like context. And here's the full 3-minute video of the situation.
You understand what he just told you? He's asking to leave the property now. Put your phone in the purse. Let's go.
He can't hear a word she's saying.
Grab your roller.
All right. We're just gonna have to get it.
Let's go. Let's go. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Yeah, she's already turned off her. All right. We're just gonna have to get it.
Let's go. Let's go. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Yeah, she's already turned off her hearing aids, stuck her fingers in her ears. Okay. We're moving.
Uh-oh.
Let's go. We're walking now.
You want to handcuff her and put her in the chair? Or?
Sit.
Okay. I've got your stuff.
Sit down.
Don't worry.
We have it.
We got it.
We
have your problem. We have your stuff. Will it make you comfortable if I gave it to you?
Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
Put your feet up there.
Put your feet up. All right, do it backwards.
That was quick and easy. Just got her. Oh my God. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But, yeah, let me show this last one, then we'll call it night. Actually, this was a quick one too. This was a quick one. This was a quick and easy one, so I definitely appreciate it. Yeah. The woman for the topic, slightly off balance, pretty cool. I like her channel, love her personality. I ain't gonna lie, I think she's very motivational. Okay, right. Very motivational with stuff she's doing, so I appreciate that. Love her spirit. So good for her. Again, I think she's very polite on how she carried everything, but it sucks. It's gonna happen to somebody else in the future. I can see it coming. All right. This was a quick and easy one, man. I had to trip out. Well, a little bit triggering for the guy in the chair. So that was like, that threw me off. That threw me off. Low-key, I'm kind of waiting for that. I'm not going to say waiting, but I thought this other guy was going to come in for like a conversation or something was going to have. So, no. And if anybody know what I'm talking about, it was a conversation on a topic I had yesterday's stream. And I figured somebody's going to come in and have a conversation, but unfortunately, I guess, yeah, from yesterday, I guess, I'm going to chop it up and say maybe he had life things going on. So maybe he didn't want to have the conversation, which is fine. We got 30 minutes to kill, It's up to y'all if y'all want to start up a topic. You can look for something. I'm on YouTube right now. I don't have a list on my end. We can start up a conversation for 30 minutes right now. I see Young Don talking about Fuentes. Who else got something going on? Who else? Oh, I see. Oh, I know one. That's pretty. I'm trying to remember her name. Man, where's she at? I can't remember her name. I know I have her subscribed. I don't know, Jay. Do you know the name of that chick from Canada that be speaking on men's rights? And she got like the tattoo, the huge tattoo on her chest. Oh, House of Hypocrites. Let's see what he got going on. Let's see what he got going on. Yeah, but which one though? I know I saw this one with the Anton's son and the chick that was like kind of like acting up a little bit. I thought that was an interesting one. I just like kind of ran from that. It was like in the manosphere. So the recent one, we do the Psycho one. Waiting till you see how Corey Holcomb's okay. That sounds like an interesting one. Tattooed on chest. I'm kidding. Ain't blank. Yeah, I can't. Hold on. Let me try to find her to Google. She was on the Whatever podcast. Female YouTuber with tats on chest speaks for men's rights. There she go. I think this is it. Roma Army. Roma Army. This is her right here. Hold on. Let me share this real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, in Canada. I forgot to add that little nugget. Yeah, this is her. It was like a funny little story. She was saying that how she got she was supposed to come to the States to do like a couple of gigs, and I guess she had like a whole podcast startup. She's supposed to be pretty much like speaking on advocating for men rights and all this good stuff. She used to do the whole porn thing and then retire from that. Kind of like, hey, this is not the right thing to do. She used to do a bunch of crazy stuff as a young kid. Changed her life over. Not doing like that other chick doing like, hey, OnlyFans, and also now with I'm back to God. She just said, hey, this is not the right thing to do. Moved on. She got a whole new guy doing her thing. I know the one with you know what? That should be a conversation. Not now, because that's gonna be like an hour or something. But that's I had a list of conversations before this whole ABBA crap, because it was her and this one chick that was on whatever podcast. I kind of found out that chick is like racist as all get out. They were supposed to have a debate, but it went left. And then Fatty ended up in the chat, and it was like the whole thing. Like, it was crazy. That was crazy. That should be something. So I might do like a 2-for conversation tomorrow, because I still want to talk about the icy situation, and then we could do the Roma Army thing. So I'm gonna make sure I prep and plan for that one. So, but yeah, this was actually a crazy little story, because she took the chat off. I wish she never done that. And they were just going in the chat. They were just going in the chat. But I knew of her a long, long time ago before anybody else, and it was a wild thing. So, but she lied. She definitely lied. But yeah, but this is definitely her. But she had a recent story last time about how she was coming to the States to do like some podcast gigs and stuff she had set up, but she ended up had like her, I guess, a weed vape pen or something like that in the bag. So they kind of like banned her from taking flights over the States. So that's messed up. So she got busted. She didn't get arrested though, but it's like, nope. Access denied. Access denied. But check out House of Hypocrites. See what's going on over here.
You have a 4.1.
Mind you, she's talking about Argosy University.
You have a 4.1. We want to give you an financial academic scholarship.
All right, before I just start clicking, so shout out to House of Hypocrites. And if anybody do not know the story, Dr. Cheyenne, non-Dr. Bryant is pretty much claiming to be a doctor, and it's a lot of stuff coming out and exposed about her, saying that, hey, stuff she's saying and done in the past, and plus her timeline isn't adding up to what the stuff who she's claiming she is not. So just like ABBA from ABBA Preach, another person's claiming they're something they're not, and not practicing what they actually preach. So it's obviously a conversation back and forth about it. So here we go.
You have a 4.1. We want to give you an financial academic scholarship.
Mind you, she's talking about Argosy University.
Because you have killed the game pretty much in my terms. And I got a scholarship without asking for it, because I not only doubled up, but I got a 4.1 in that school. And I say that to say—
You say that to say that you was a motherfucking lie. Because when you went on the Breakfast Club, you just told us—
We can fully refund you your money under one circumstance. We give you your money back. You don't get credit for not a class, a course, a program you took in this university.
Cheyenne Bryan might be the most successful liar that is on the internet. When y'all see this shit,
He already gaslit. Yo, he's already gaslit. Like, come on. I now see why you've been studying this topic. Hey, there's some good stuff going on.
let's get to the video.
I know.
What I want to say as far as like my background, I went to Cal State Northridge. I got 2 double degrees, psychology, Pan-African studies. I went to Cal State Northridge. I got 2 double degrees, psychology, Pan-African studies.
I know, he said Pan-African studies. So this is why Umar is kissing her behind. This is why Umar trying to protect her. Because that's his key word right there.
I went to Cal State Northridge. I got 2 double degrees, psychology, Pan-African studies.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
So we looking at this. Alumni of California State University, Northridge. Class of 2009. What we gonna do, we gonna scroll down for the graduates. And you already know what you're here for. So you already know who we're searching for. Dr. Shy and Brian.
Okay.
Only thing is, we can't find no credentials on being a doctor. But we could find a degree in apparel and fashion. Now that's interesting. Whoever over California State University of Northridge University Relations and Advancement, they got some inside jokes. They can't really say something without saying something, but they put it on their page. Cheyenne Bryant is there. Is there a doctor in the house claims she earned the title? And then they posted and clip a TMZ news article about it. This is where she says she got her Pan-African studies.
Stop the cap.
When you go on their site, there's no Pan-African studies that you can study at Cal State University of Northridge. And she also,
oh, she busted. Oh, she is busted. She is busted.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
That part.
said she got something in psychology. Just to find out her degree was in apparel. She went there between 2005 and 2009.
Oh.
But post on her Instagram as if she graduated in 2012.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Now, I honestly could be misinterpreted.
Nah, you kind of hit the money on this one. You kind of hit the money on this one.
November 3rd, 2012 post. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Instagram just came along. She just got an Instagram and had to show, hey, it doesn't stop here. I got my master's somehow, but you're using graduation pictures from apparel and fashion.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
You know what's crazy? I think that actually explains some other stuff too, because she lied and tell these stories so much. I know there's one guy was talking about that she was a video vixen. So when she hit the fashion thing, maybe she thought when she got done, she could do the whole video vixen and thought she'll blow up and be somebody. Because back then, video vixens was a thing. So I don't know. Maybe that's what she thought she could do. And why? And she went to college for fashion.
This don't seem off to y'all?
It seems off to me.
Or am I looking too deep? It ain't too deep until you seen the rest of this.
I was going to go to law school, and then I thought, well, I don't want to do law because I want to be a mama bear at some point and a wife, and I want to be able to have some time for my kids and family.
Oh, what year is this? Oh, 9/22/2020. So she wanted to be like a wife and a mother. This is like 6 years ago.
Ended up getting into politics anyways, right? Where I'm not going to have any time for anything anyways, but community work and service of people, which is what I love to do. I got my master's from University of Phoenix in marriage, family, and child therapy. Then I went on to Argus University and I got my doctorate. I started college at 17. And then I dropped out of college because I bought my first home at 19. I opened up a daycare in my home. I opened up a retail store on Melrose. You guys familiar with Melrose?
Yo, why everything be popping off on my birth month? Everything be popping off on my birth month.
Out in Los Angeles, Melrose, the big retail excursion tourist spot that people love. I opened up 3 retail stores on Melrose.
What?
And I was putting in probably like 60, 70 hours a week. I would do VIP appointments where I shut the whole store down and let people come in and rent it out for a couple hours, provide food and do this whole shop for them and dress them. And then I realized, well, I, want to be able to have all this time, right, for this family that I just knew I was going to have so soon. That's why I say, you guys, we plan and God.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta go back and start doing refresher courses of narcissists, man, because I'm looking at her face. This chick not blinking. She's looking you dead in your eye and saying what she's saying. And I'm looking at everybody on the screen and nobody like, she could be lying. Like, at least with other people, you see like some body language. She's just not like, it's some tails there, but it's not subtle. Like, she is lying. Jeez, we need to go back and start revisiting the whole narcissist traits, because this is a whole real thing, and this is dangerous. And for her to claim to be a doctor, look at this. This is like, that's a young generation crowd right here that's on this panel with her.
Laughs. And so I shut down the store, went back to school, took 26 units a semester. And I remember the dean telling me, you have to get permission to take these 26 units.
So what school allowed her to take 26 units? She didn't specify what school allowed her to take 26 college motherfucking units. Now, for people who never went to college, I'm gonna allow the people in the comments to tell you how egregious 26 units in a semester is. I was barely keeping up with 8. And I maintained a 3.4 GPA.
And I said, okay, fine. He said, you have to put in a form for requests. I put in a request, and the dean said, there's no way you're going to take 26 units. You got to prove to us that you can do at least 12 units, and you can pretty much, breeze through that with all A's or B's. And so I came back with all A's, and he said, I'll grant you 19 units. I said, I want my 26.
Stop the cap.
He gave my 26 units. The next semester I had 22. The last semester I had 19. I said, I'm out of here with 2 degrees. A good day. When I went to my master's,
I feel for those kids she's talking to too, because they are taking everything she's saying for like gold, and I'm sure they're gonna run back with it and tell other people like, yeah, Cheyenne Bryan could do it, we can too, and that's like a whole lot. That's a whole lot. And then they're gonna get disappointed off the lie she's telling people.
Program. I said, I'm here. I want to double up on everything because I don't have time to waste. And they told me, we don't do double up here. I said, well, then I will not be enrolling into your program. Thank you, Chicago School of Psychology. I'll go elsewhere. I went to Argosy. They said, hey, if you can show you can double up and keep your GPA at a 3.8 or higher, we'll let you do it.
So you got a master's at she got a master's at University of Phoenix, and she got double degrees at Chicago Law.
Good question. We get all educated right now because I didn't go to college. I did trade. So I got you, Anna. We can all get educated today. So 26 units in college. Okay, I got you, Anna. We're going to get educated together. So, 26 units in the college. A typical class is often worth 3 units. So that's per class. A lab course might be 1 to 4 units. So again, she didn't take no lab. She didn't take lab. 26 units usually means you've completed the equivalent of about 8 to 9 standard 3 to 4 classes. The exact meaning depends on the school, but generally units completed. So got a little chart, approximately standard. So 0 to 29 freshman level, 30 to 59 units sophomore level, 60 to 89 junior level, 80 plus units senior level. So many of the units 25. typical in the typically early in that college program is still considered a freshman. Okay, so it's pretty much a course. So typical class is often worth 3 units and 3 to 4, and then you got 26. So that means she had to be there the whole time. So 0 to 29, that's freshman. And then 30 to 59, then that's a sophomore. Shout out to Anna. I got a grad 10 education and was a boost most of my life. Worked 70 hours a week, and at the A&W I was 16, assistant manager by 16.5. Yeah, but the way Cheyenne Bryan telling it, she got like a snap her finger, so.
Oh, in psychology. And now you got your master's at Argosy. That's interesting. You never said that. You said you got your doctorate at Argosy University.
And so I breezed through that, and I was able to keep my GPA up. I got done with a 3.5 program, including internship, in 2 years, and went on to my doctorate. Same thing with doctorate. I said, I want to double up. They said, it's a doctorate program. There's no way. And you can't do it. They said, if you can keep your GPA 3.8 or higher, we'll let you. They called me, I think a year and a half into my academics and said, hey, Cheyenne, because I wasn't Dr. Bryan yet, Cheyenne, you have a 4.1. We want to give you an financial academic scholarship.
Mind you, she's talking about Argosy University.
Because you have killed the game pretty much in my terms. And I got a scholarship without asking for it because I not only doubled up, but I got a 4.1 in that school. And I say that to say.
You say that to say that you was a motherfucking liar. Because when you went on the Breakfast Club, you just told us that they said, hey, if you want to get a refund, we'll do that. But you will get no credit for taking any of these courses. And you said, no, you're good.
No access to records. And then I contacted, financial aid. You can't make up financial aid. It shows that I paid for a doctoral program alongside my master's program and my undergrad program. And they said, we can fully refund you your money under one circumstance. We give you your money back. You don't get credit for not a class, a course, a program you took in this university, at this institute.
Bro, what are you talking about?
So do you want us to refund you? Or do you want us not? I said no.
But now you saying Argosy gave you a scholarship because you have.
Bro, why the Breakfast Club be letting these people on and just say the stuff they say? They don't even, like, we need real, no disrespect to the whole Breakfast Club. They need to actually have like a professional. If they interview somebody like they claim they're a doctor and whatever the doctor they're in, they need to bring another person on that show that's actually licensed in what they're saying. Because I feel like the only reason they be bringing the Breakfast Club, only reason the Breakfast Club be bringing these people on is because they got these kind of like large influence. That's it. We had Candace Owens on there. Umar a couple times. Who was the last goofy up there? You had the I forgot the other streamer name that he was like all racist as Get Out. I can't remember his name, but he was up there a couple times. So it's like, why do we keep bringing these same people up here that really don't contribute to nothing? Like, that's the crazy part. And it's sad.
At a 4.10 doing these courses. Who the if this woman had a 4.1, she is one of the smartest individuals that ever graced California's education system.
Pretty much.
Again, this is the young girl who got kicked out of the whole district, right? A young girl who also experienced teenage pregnancy. And when I experienced teenage pregnancy, I had a family who, especially a father who was very much in my life. And he called me and I still remember to this day, he said, you may hate me today, but you will thank me tomorrow. We will be, we're going in the morning for you to, and all respect to those who are pro-life. I was a teenager at this time, okay? We were going and we're going to have an abortion. You're not going to have this child. You may hate me now, you'll thank me later. And I remember us going, and my mother and grandmother were like, you can't have an abortion. No way. We're helping you raise it. We're doing anything. And my dad's like, heck no.
That's the video I was really going to make. She had a pregnancy at 14 years old.
Oh.
Got rid of it. Then had one at 16 years old.
Oh.
Got rid of it. So when people ask her, why don't she have children? She gives the excuse. But in my belief, I don't think she can have children anymore because in her younger ages, she didn't aborted too many children. That's the next video. And it won't be speculation. It will be all from Cheyenne Bryant's lying lips. So it's just like, now we just got to take anything she says with a grain of salt. And if she ain't doing this, then we can believe that she's telling the truth or not. But leave y'all thoughts. This getting interesting.
Yeah, but she got. I had noticed later she got other tells too. It's not just the blinking, because she keep cutting up to the eye, like she's like you supposed to kind of like remember something, but she'll cut up to the corner eye real quick, like she's trying to grab something, and then go straight forward, looking straight, and then start talking. So that's wild. All right, might check that one out later. Yeah, he invested. Not mad at it. That was a good one, Jay. Appreciate that. All right, man. I'm gonna cut the stream. Go ahead, get my editings together for Uncle Preach, so he can preach and I can preach, and then we can both preach together. Because he sounded real goofy. Respectfully, he sounded real goofy. And we'll definitely get back on the Apple train. Can't let it go. I appreciate everybody for coming through. This is a quick, short one. Well, I'm not sure. It's pretty much supposed to be 2 hours regardless, so it worked out in his favor, so I appreciate it. I just started playing around with X, so a few people in X still there. Appreciate people over there in X live. Check it out. Thank you. Appreciate you. And all right, we're going to call it a night. Oh, before I forget, just for a few people here, it's in the community wall. I'll share it on X too, since there I don't give a crap. Discord's back active. Okay. I had Discord for a while. Thanks to Destron. Brought it up the other day and I remembered, so I made sure I keep my word. I went on it last night, logged back in, got everything where it need to be. So I'm back on Discord. So and then maybe later in line I'll keep adding more stuff to it, but it's active to the point where people can go in there, have little conversations or private stuff going on, conversate. So that's it. So if like more people in, stuff like that, I'll just drop the link if people want to go ahead and check it out. But I did in this community wall, the link is there for Discord. If you don't have Discord, it's very easy, it's fun. If you want to check it out, it's there. So if you do, you do, you don't, it's fine. I'm pretty much going to leave it as for like adding information. So let's say, for example, like the Apple situation recently, that's the topic of conversation. I'll add another. Okay, cool. I'm on my stuff is on the community wall. So the way I feel like I'm going to keep this Discord currently is like, it's going to be casual. But I'm going to have certain sections open only for that topic of conversation. So if anybody have like information for that topic, add it in there. It don't have to be like a long conversation back and forth debate or anything, just adding information for that topic. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So let's say a week before next week, and the topic could be about ham and eggs. Drop your information about ham and eggs. But this is what I don't like. Don't drop a video in there. And then if it's like an hour, 2 hour long video, there's no timelines to the points you're trying to make. Like add timelines, like timeline, video drop with timeline. So, and I can check it out. Or if you're trying to be specific, timeline, this person said XYZ, here's the video, boom. Okay, great. I appreciate that. I'm gonna kind of harp on that a little bit more over the line. So we can get our information packed together. Also, if you think, because I know people like to screenshot record, if you don't feel like downloading the video before somebody do it, because a lot of people like to get rid of their receipts and get rid of stuff they say. Like, for example, ABBA's another example. So if you know people like that, got a habit of doing that, or put it behind a paywall, I'm not throwing my hard-earned money to everybody just go behind a paywall. I did it once, I'm good. I like you, I don't mind doing it. So yeah, Great Pill on there. Same name. It might be the Great Pill Podcast, but it's definitely same name. So nothing, same name. You'll definitely see it's my paywall with the link. You see my little ugly face up there. Click the link, boom, automatically give you an invite, and that's pretty much it. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything else. So tomorrow, I'll try to have 2 conversations. The one for IC and bad mothers, and I might bring up Jay the conversation about the bad mother of Passport Bro, Austin Holloman mom. That's something I wanted to cover. I had a list of stuff. I had it in one section box, and some I had was posting over the community wall. So I have a list of stuff I wanted to talk about before that. So yeah. All right. Catch you guys later. Till next time. But definitely I will be on tomorrow. I say the afternoon, and I'll do 2 back-to-backs.